Hi, how is everyone today? Today I am answering Linda's question that she just put in the Happy Side Hustle community. I'm thinking if anyone else has got a question, you're watching this and you've got a question that you would like me to answer, you're welcome to pop it in the community. I might not be able to answer them all, but I can quite often when I am just about to go live, I'm thinking, what would be useful to talk about today, usually guided by my intuition, to be honest. But I just happened to be reading Linda's question before I was setting up the Happy Hustle show, so I thought I would answer it instead of trying to answer it by text. So, Linda, I hope you get a chance to join me or watch this on catch up. So the question is, hello, Happy Hustlers. I make knitted headbands. I make them in over 30 colours and I'm wondering whether I should list them on Etsy as separate items. I currently have 2 listings with colour variations. I'm using up free listings so there would be no extra cost. I'm just thinking as a buyer, if I wanted to buy, for example, a red band, would I look at a listing with a grey main picture? What do you think? Excellent question. Can I get, if you haven't already, can I get you to click on the StreamYard link if you are watching? It just allows StreamYard to permit me to see your name. So I can see that the lovely Amanda is watching, but I can also see somebody else has said hello and it won't allow me to see your name. So you should be able to see a StreamYard link alongside this video. If you click on that, it can be glitchy, but it should show me your name. So I just want to see if Linda has made it along live. So hi, Jackie. Oh, lovely to see you. So this is a really, really good question. And I think a question that probably everybody has thought about at some point. You have, whenever you open your Etsy shop, if you open it through a link, either the link I have given you or a link from other, oh, brilliant, you're here. Fantastic, Linda. So just so you know, Linda, it's not showing me your name, but it's fine. You can just put, if you can't see the StreamYard link to click on or it's glitching out, just put Linda behind anything that you type and I'll know that it's you. So yeah, if you have opened your Etsy shop recently and you've used a link from somebody else, then you will have 40 free listings, which is a brilliant way to start your shop. And there's no kind of secret as to why Etsy gives you 40 listings, because it wants you to really furnish out your shop. The less listings you have on Etsy, the less likely it is you're going to sell anything. And it's just simply because Etsy will not, so say someone is searching for knitted headband on Etsy. Even if you had 40 knitted headband listings, they would not, and no matter how hard you worked to get the titles perfect and the tags perfect and the SEO sprinkled through your copy and brilliant pictures and the attributes and all the other things you need to do to make your Etsy shop successful and searchable, if you did that perfectly for every listing, Etsy would still not show all of your headbands on page 1. What it does is it'll pick something from your shop, something from somebody else's, something from somebody else's. Because the point of Etsy is to create a great user experience. So we know if you've bought anything on Etsy yourself, if you were familiar with the platform before you sold on it, you will know that you can search for like really gorgeous, handcrafted, unusual, unique gifts. And what you don't want to see is a full page of the same thing, and Etsy knows that. So what Etsy tries to do is go, well, we'll pull one thing from this shop, one thing from this shop, one thing from this shop. So for that reason, the more listings that you have, the more likely Etsy is to pull one of your listings onto the front page when somebody puts in a keyword term that you have in your titles and tags. So the short answer to your question, Linda, is use all of those listings, use all of those free listings. And you're right, if you have 30 colors, if you already have 30 photographs, fantastic. If not, take 30 photographs and take 30 lovely photographs. So photography is always a kind of, it's something that improves over time, but you can't improve photography without starting somewhere. So try and get as good a photo as you have it within your capability of doing, of each of the colors. So that usually involves doing something next to a window in light that's not kind of direct, but will reflect the actual color of your item as well. You need to be careful that the lighting doesn't give it a false representation to the customers to the color of your headbands. But that's an aside. You're absolutely spot on with the last part of your question where you said, I'm just thinking as a buyer, if I wanted to buy, for example, a red band, would I look at a listing with a grey main picture? And the answer is possibly not. So if you wanted a red headband and you type that in, and there's a lovely picture of a red headband that looks like exactly what you want, beside a lovely picture of a grey headband that also looks exactly what you want, you're more likely to click on the red one. We're just all about time and convenience as well, aren't we? So yes, use up those free listings and furnish your shop with as many things as you can. I can't remember how many things I've got in my jewelry shop. I can't remember. It certainly was over 100 at one point. I'm not sure if it might be less than 100 now, because I have let some things expire that I don't enjoy making. I'm all about the joy, as you know. But anyway, I don't have 100 completely different styles or things that I do. I just list things slightly differently. So I'll list a heart necklace with a rose quartz gemstone, and I'll list the same heart necklace with a purple amethyst gemstone as a separate listing. I will list the same key ring with different phrases on it. So all of those, you're right. And the way Etsy sets it up, it does look like you should be using the variations, and you can still do that. So you can still have your kind of red main photo, but you could still have variations within all of your listings, so that, because remember, it's just one listing that's going to be pulled up in search, or it's likely to just be one. So when someone clicks on that, they might go, oh, wow, these are amazing. I would also like to buy it in blue and in green. So it's still good to have those variations listed. But in terms of the volume of listing, the easiest way to bulk out your Etsy shop is to have all those variations as separate listings. Even if you haven't used a link, or you're not new to Etsy and you don't have any free listings anymore, a listing, to list something on Etsy, is 20 cents. So it works out about 14 pence. So it's not a big, it's not a big investment to do that. And the more listings you have on Etsy, the more likely you are to be found. So I hope that makes sense. I thought it was a great question, Linda, and I thought probably there are other people out there that would benefit from kind of thinking about that as well. Hello, everybody. Does anybody else have any questions while I'm on then? Because I've only been 8.5 minutes, and I can stay on for a little bit. Let me just see if there's any other questions actually in the community. One of the things that's coming up, I'm seeing coming up in a lot of Facebook groups, is that sales have kind of gone through the floor over the last couple of months. And that is completely normal, because we're in the summer and people aren't as much at home, particularly the summer where we've sort of been semi-released from our lockdown stage. I know it's different everywhere and whatever, but there's not as many people that are sitting online thinking about purchasing things as there are in the depth of the winter. Certainly, as soon as we hit September, kind of late September through to October, November, the volume goes up. So the volume of people that are looking to buy goes up mega, like, I don't even know what word I'm trying to use, but it's substantially. So the summer is always quiet. The summer is a great time to start to think about, what might your Halloween makes be? What might your Christmas makes be? What might your Mother's Day, your Valentine's Day? Thinking in advance, because summer is really a downtime. The run up to Christmas is mega busy. This is for product-based businesses, obviously. you just get past Christmas, then you can have a January sale if you choose to do so. Then we're into Valentine's Day, then we're into Mother's Day, Father's Day, etc. And then weddings are all at the start of the summer. August is on online product-based businesses is like the slump. So don't worry, don't think, oh no, I was getting like so many views or sales or whatever last month or the month before, and it seems to have gone through the floor. That's completely normal. That is just what happens with online business. You will also find that with much less effort, you'll get much more views, sales, interaction as soon as we hit mid-September, October. Depends how well, you hit people at different times, don't you? I am a advanced Christmas person. I love buying my Christmas stuff. As soon as the summer's over, I'm starting to get into Christmas mode, and I'm on a countdown to Christmas. Normally, obviously last year was weird, but normally, so I absolutely love Christmas. I love it. I love everything about it. So I love thinking about what my Christmas table's going to be and what I'm going to buy for people as soon as kind of summer holidays are done. But that and I'm quite kind of a forward planner there. I know loads of people will not think about Christmas until the beginning of December, and that's totally fine. And that's why there's this kind of sustained product purchase from September, mid-September, as I say, would be my experience, through to, I mean, people are literally wanting to buy on the 23rd, 24th of December. You have to start to cut things off there so that you're not disappointing people unless you're able to deliver locally or whatever. Because people are hitting your shop at different times, because people are more or less kind of forward planning. I was going to say organized, but that's not fair. You can still be really organized and start your shopping at the beginning of December. But it's just about how kind of forward focused people are. So summer is a really good time to start to think about that, because believe me, when that volume starts to pick up on Etsy, as an example, if you have started now to think about, okay, what I need to change my tags to, what else could I put in my title that would be a Christmas SEO term? So people will start to look for things like, Christmas gift for dog walker, or, teacher, end of term teacher gift, those types of things. Start to think about whatever you make, product-based businesses here, whatever you make, how could that be a perfect Christmas present? And then work backwards and go. So remember what I always say, you're going into a department store, and it's a massive department store, and there's a greeter at the door, and they say to you at the door, can I help direct you? What is it you're looking for today? What are those words people would say that would end up with your thing in their shopping, in their physical shopping basket? What are those words? And then make sure that you have got those on your Etsy listings. You need to be starting to change your Etsy kind of tags and titles probably September, October at the latest. Start thinking about Halloween, probably end of August, because there's a lag between you making any changes to Etsy listings and them being really kind of established in the algorithm. So don't get down. If your sales are still buoyant, fantastic. But if they're not, just understand that's completely normal. Like, my sales have been really low actually last month when I got my, because I have my Etsy and my Amazon and my Shopify shop all to kind of pay me monthly. So I don't really pay much attention as to what goes on day to day, but it feels like I get a salary at the end of the month from all three of them. But my salaries were disappointing for July, but to be fair, I was away for most of it. So and it's a wee bit better this month, but not brilliant. But I know because this is probably what, 6th or 7th Christmas season coming up. I know that with very little effort from me, and believe me, I do very little effort for my product-based business. Not a brag or not. I'm the only reason that I'm telling you that is because I do a lot of effort for Happy Side Hustle, because that's what I love. That's what's bringing me joy at the moment. So I can't direct my effort everywhere. But because I put in that effort at the beginning, my Etsy shop, my Amazon shop, and my Shopify store tick over nicely, because I've got a lot of repeat customers and they've just kind of really settled into the algorithm. So I promise you it's worth it. Don't be down about August, even though it's summer. If you have some headspace, start thinking about Christmas stuff. Yes. Oh, you're totally welcome, Linda. On Etsy, can you copy and paste listings so you don't have to enter all the details again? Yes, you can just duplicate them. I think it's called duplicate on Etsy. Yeah. And you just change, Jackie, so you would just change out the photo. With each one, I would make a slight change to the title, because what you want to be doing on Etsy is you're constantly testing and going, right, do people like gift for dog walker, or do people like dog walker gift, or do people like dog walker present, or do people like Christmas surprise for dog walker, whatever. So use the opportunity, if you're using up your listings, especially if you've got free ones, use the opportunity to just slightly tweak the wording in the titles, slightly tweak the tags that you've got on there, and then be constantly looking at your stats. Well, constantly, regularly, so maybe check in at least once a month, and have a look and see which are the ones that are really getting the traction, which are the ones that are getting the views, and which are the ones that are getting the sales. But if you're not, if you're quite new, then let's look at views, which are the ones that are getting people clicking on them. And then you want to be duplicating those ones and just slightly changing them. And then ultimately you will come up with, like, every time you tweak it, it'll be better. It'll just get more eyes on it. But you have to start somewhere. And I have got, again, just a realism. I need to check how many listeners I've got on Etsy, but say I've got 100. I'll need to check. I have about 5 or 6 listings that sell regularly for me, and about 94 that never sell or rarely sell. They kind of sell in the run up to Christmas, but they rarely sell. I'm happy with that, because the ones that sell for me are the ones that I have a really good profit margin on and don't take me long. Therefore, they bring me joy. But it's taken me a while to work that out, and I had to start somewhere. And I had to start with the full range to work out, okay, what is it that people are going for here? So I don't think you're on, Deborah, but I noticed Deborah created some new earrings yesterday, and she shared them, I think, in the community of the Hive yesterday. And she got, so the last time she did that, she got kind of a flurry of interest, and this time she got a flurry of interest. And that's brilliant, because what you're doing is you're constantly going, well, what if I did this? Like, what's the reaction to that? And you just keep going until you find the sweet spot, and it's there. But I have got, as I say, I'll need to check. I feel like I'm making the numbers up, but a very, very high number of listings on Etsy that do nothing. And I could work on them, but here's the secret: I don't want to, because they actually take me quite a long time to make. Whereas the ones that I've really worked on and so the ones you put effort in and the ones that you tweak and notice, duplicate. So you kind of take one that's doing really well, you duplicate it, you just tweak it slightly, you tweak the photo, you tweak the title, see if the other one does better. If it doesn't, delete it, don't renew it, then do another one, tweak it until you just get it better. And then you're constantly making the ones that you really enjoy doing. Let's see, Mariam, just as a quick note, when duplicating, the materials disappear in the duplicates, so you need to re-enter them. Oh, okay. So, you mean when you're putting that in the section where you have to put materials? Yeah, you probably have to redo the attributes and stuff again, wouldn't you, in the categories? Probably. It's probably a glitch as well on Etsy, but yeah, but it's so much quicker though. Then you don't have to start again from blank. So it's quite easy to actually get up to your 40 listens pretty quickly. Should you just go for it with Christmas makes? So I would say yes. So what date are we now? What's the 5th of August? I feel like people are going to be raging with me if I go, yes, let's start thinking about Christmas. But if you've got the capacity, Sue, what I know for sure is that when it comes to October, November, you will not have the capacity. And quite often people leave it to then, especially if someone isn't a kind of a forward thinker or a countdown to Christmas person. I've been on Sleeps to Christmas. My son is born exactly halfway between Christmas and the next Christmas. So we always are on it. We always know, he always knows how many sleeps to his birthday. He's nearly 18, ridiculous. But I always know roughly how many sleeps to Christmas again. And you will, and the longer you are in a product-based side hustle, the more you will become familiar with that, because Christmas is a fantastic period because everybody's buying gifts for everybody. So so throughout the year, people are buying a gift for a birthday or a gift for an anniversary or whatever. So those people are always there, But at Christmas, people that celebrate Christmas are all buying gifts for everyone in their family. So all of a sudden, instead of one person buying one gift, they're maybe now looking for 10 gifts or 15 gifts, so the volume it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And that's where I really find so my Amazon shop is the same as my Etsy shop. I've got some things that really, really sell. I've got some things that have sat in an Amazon storehouse for probably all year. I know on the 22nd, 23rd of December, they sell because people go onto Amazon to look for a thoughtful handmade gift on the 22nd or the 23rd of December. Nobody can get that gift to them unless they're like driving it across the country. But Amazon have that amazing network like them or lose them. But Amazon can get, if you order something at like 10 o'clock on the 24th of December, Amazon can have it to you by 6 o'clock that night. So people, I was going to say mainly men, but that would be unfair. I probably haven't statisticed it, but it feels like it's mainly men go on the 23rd or the 24th of December and order a beautiful handmade piece of jewelry, which then it has been sitting in Amazon all year because no one's bought it, but that's all that's left. So it works brilliantly. It works brilliantly for me because I know I never pull that stuff back out of Amazon because I know it's going to sell just before Christmas. And the longer you're in this game, in the side hustle game, the more you start to be able to plan for these things. So it feels, your first Christmas can feel quite frantic, or your first Christmas where you feel really established. So you might have kind of started things last year, but you might not necessarily, the point that you will be at now, if you did start a year ago, will be significantly forward from where you were last year. So that's exciting. It's exciting. Mariam, you've started thinking about Halloween and Christmas makes because it'll take me until September, October to get all the, well, I mean, it's a really good point, Mariam. You have to make the thing and then you have to take the great photo and then you have to create the listing and you have to then share it on social media so people know about it. So, as you know, it's not just make it and that's it. So yeah, you're going to do advent calendars. Advent calendars are a massive seller, I made an advent calendar. It might even still be on my website a few years ago where I hand stamped all these tokens with lovely affirmations. So it was like, I called it a little box of Christmas magic, and it was like 24 affirmation tokens. So you picked out like a token and then you kept it with you through the day, and that was like your mantra for the day. And I loved the idea. It took me forever to make every one of them. So I started off selling it for something like, I think I started off selling it for $29.95, thinking that was expensive. And then I sold loads of them. So I put it up. And I think I've actually got it on my website or on Amazon now I think I sell it for 75 quid. And even that, it's not worth it because it just takes me, it takes me so long. It might even be more expensive than that. But people love them. People love advent calendars. So yes, if you want to start making advent calendars, because obviously advent calendars are the thing that you want to be selling in November. So they're not a December sale. So you're kind of moving everything back a month, aren't you, if you're doing advent calendars? So yes, go for it. So go for it and keep us up, like show us as we go along, because yeah, advent calendars are a biggie, as are Christmas Eve boxes. Christmas Eve boxes do not seem to have worn off in terms of popularity. So yeah, again, I sell those. I've just put the price up and up and up because it takes me ages to make the things that go in them. People still buy them. So yeah, fantastic. Okay. Right. I didn't mean that to go into a Christmas chat. It was meant simply to answer the question. But yeah, I'm glad that was a useful answer. And yeah, bulk up those Etsy listings. And yeah, let us know how you get on, Linda. Let us know how you get on. But you're right. If you search on Etsy for something that's you want particularly to be red, then you need a red photo. Yeah, you're right. Okay, have a wonderful evening, everybody, a wonderful weekend. For those of you in the Hive, we have got our festival next week. It is just beyond exciting. I have my homework this weekend that I have to paint my canvas black, don't I, Hazel? And If you're not in the hive, or even if you're in the hive, the following week, so not next Monday, but the Monday after, I am running my free 5-day Find Your Perfect Side Hustle Idea Challenge again. Many of you have done that already. If you haven't, you've got to come along. It's a week of free training. It is so much fun. The energy and the momentum in that week is just like, oh, I can't wait to do it. I really, really love hanging out with everyone within that challenge. The link is with this video. If you have already done it and you just want to come back and do it again, or if you want to kind of fine tune or change your side hustle idea, you're totally welcome. If you know anybody else that you think would like to do it, would like to find a happy side hustle, I'd be really grateful if you could share it for me, because the more people I get in, the more energy, and it's just brilliant. So thank you for listening to me today. Get your Christmas hats on. Sorry, everybody, that's a bit bah humbug, and I will see you all next week. Take care, everybody. Bye.